Hi, welcome to another statistics solution paper. Today we'll be working on Winter 18, paper 63. So let's get started. A group consists of 5 men and 2 women. Find a number of different ways that the group can stand in a line if the women are not next to each other. So if the women are not next to each other, that means we have a man standing in between. So there are 5 men and 6 available spaces for the women. So for the 5 men, it will be 5 factorial multiplied by, since there are 6 spaces and only 2 women, there are 6 spaces for the 2 women. We use permutation because the order matters. This will give us 3,600 ways. A fair 6-sided die has the numbers -1, 0, 1, and 2 on its faces. A fair 3-sided spinner has edges numbered -1, 0, and 1. The die is thrown and the spinner is spun. The number on the uppermost face of the die and the number on the edge on which the spinner comes to a rest are noted. The sum of these two numbers is denoted by x. So since this is the sum of the two numbers, we will draw a table where we will add the values together. So -1, 0, and 1, -1, -1, 0, 0, 1, 2. So we'll add this together and I will fast forward this until I get to the end. Now since I only see the values -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3 on this addition table, our outcomes will only be -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And the probability of getting those is the number of times the number shows up on the addition table. So there are 2/18, 4/18, 5/18, 4/18, 2/18, and 1/18. So this is our graph, our table, excuse me. To find var x, you will need to multiply the value of x squared multiplied by the probability minus the value of the mean. So we'll calculate the mean by multiplying the value of x and the probability. This will give us 1/6. Now for the var x, what you need to do is just find the value using the formula listed above. And this will be over 18. This will give you, don't forget to subtract the mean. And this will give you 11/6 minus 1/36, which is equal to 65/36. A box contains 3 red balls and 5 blue balls. 1 ball is taken at random from the box and not replaced. A yellow ball is then put into the box. A second ball is now taken at random from the box. So at first there are 3 red balls and 5 blue balls, so 3/8 for the red and 5/8 for the blue. Next we will have red, blue, and yellow. So for yellow, it will always be 1/8 because it's not taken or chosen at the first time it was taken. For the red ball, since we took one during the first ball, we'll only have 2 left, so 2 over 8. And we will still have 5 over 8 for the blue because we didn't take the blue ball at the first ball. Now we're taking the blue ball at at this branch, so it will be 4 over 8 for the blue ball, or half. 3 over 8 for the red ball, and we're done. Find the probability that the 2 balls taken are the same color. So it will be blue, blue, and red, red. So based on the branches above, it will be 3 over 8 for the red, and 5 over 8 multiplied by 4 over 8 will be for the blue. This will give you 13 over 32. Find the probability that the first ball taken is red, given that the second ball taken is a blue. So the probability that it's a red, given that the second ball taken is blue. So this will be the probability of getting a red and a blue divided by getting red, blue, and blue, blue, because for both of these, the second ball is a blue, because the given is that the second ball is blue. So you will have 3 over 8 multiplied by 5 over 8 divided by 3 over 8 multiplied by 5 over 8 plus 5 over 8 multiplied by half. So your answer will be 15 over 64 divided by 35 over 64, which is simplified to 3 over 7. Out of a class of 8 boys and 4 girls, a group of 7 is chosen at random. Find the probability that the group of 7 includes one particular boy. If you're including one particular boy, that means out of the 12, you will only need 11 because one is already included. And out of the seven people chosen, you will only have 6 left because one of the spots is taken by this particular boy. So we'll use combination 11. Out of the 11, we're taking 6. This will give you 462. Now for the probability, it should be over the total with no arrangements. So it will still be 12C7 if there are no arrangements. So 11C6 divided by 12C7 is equal to 7 over 12. Find the probability that the group of 7 includes at least 2 girls. Now there are two groups, so boy, which is 8 in total, and girls, which we have 4 in total. Now at least 2 means you have 2, 3, and 4. Out of the 7, 7 minus 2 is 5, 7 minus 3 is 4, and 7 minus 4 is 3. So your combination equation will be 8C5. Out of the 8, we're choosing 5 for the boys, multiplied by 4C2. Add this by the second row, 8C4 multiplied by 4C3, and 8C3 multiplied by 4C4. And the total will be 672 ways. It's again asking for the probability, so the probability of getting the arrangement divided by the probability of no arrangement. It will be 672, which is the value we got, divided by 12C7, which is the total with no arrangements, and this will be 28 over 33. Show that the probability that an apple is chosen at random is graded as medium is 0.692. So it will be the probability of getting 90 is smaller than x, is smaller than 140 is equal to the probability of getting 90 minus 120, which is the mean, divided by 24, which is the SD, Z, and 140 minus 120 divided by 24, and close brackets, close parenthesis. Now your value will be P negative 1.25 smaller than Z smaller than 0.833. Now if you draw your normal distribution graph, your values will be from here to around here, and this is what you need. So it will be equal to 0.833 minus, in brackets, 1 minus 1.25. This is because you're subtracting this part from 0.833, which is the whole thing. So 0.7975 minus 1 minus 0.8944, and this will give you 0.692, an estimation. 4 apples are chosen at random. Find the probability that at least 2 are graded as medium. 4 apples are chosen at random. Find the probability that at least 2 are graded as medium. So the value we got earlier was the probability of getting a medium. So at getting at least 2 means that you're just subtracting the probability of getting a 0 and a 1. So this will be equal to 1 minus 0.3084, which is 1 minus the probability we got earlier, minus 4C1, 0.692, multiplied by 0.308 to the power of 3. And this will be 1 minus 0.00899 minus 0.0808757. So this will give you 0.91. The lifetimes and hours of a particular type of light bulb are normally distributed with mean 2000 hours and standard deviation of sigma hours. The probability that a randomly chosen light bulb of this type has a lifetime of more than 1,800 hours is 0.96. Find the value of sigma. So the probability of getting X is larger than 1,800 is 1,800 minus 2,000, which is the mean, divided by sigma. And this is equal to 0.96 as stated in the question. So if you draw your normal distribution graph, you will find that in order to have a large area, when something is when the z-score is larger than that, means your value is here, which is in the negative side, and this will be your shaded part. So this is like saying negative 200 divided by sigma is equal to 0.96. Now, as I said before, your value is a negative value, but for the numerator, it's already negative, so you know that your sigma is not a negative number. So 200 divided by sigma is equal to 1.751, and sigma is equal to 114.22 or 114. Now, it is found that on average, 1 in 5 of these new light bulbs has a lifetime of more than 2,500, so your probability is 1 over 5. Now, if you want to find your mu value, it will be the number multiplied by p, so 300 multiplied by 1 over 5. because it's a random selection of 300. And this will give you 60. Now for sigma square, you will need to multiply n, p, and q together. So it will be 60, which is np, multiplied by 1 minus 1 over 5, which is 4 over 5. This will give you a value of 48. Now you need to find the value that, the probability that fewer than 70 have a lifetime of more than 2,500. So x is smaller than 70. Now remember that for these kinds of approximate distribution, this sign and this sign is minus 0.5, this sign and this sign is plus 0.5. So for this, you will need to minus 0.5, which is 69.5 minus 60 divided by the square root of 48. And this will give you smaller than 1.371. So your value will be 0.915. Now for these kinds of questions where you need to justify the use of your approximate distribution, all you need to write is that your value NP, which was 60, is larger than 5. And your value NQ, which is 240, is also larger than 5. Now since both are larger than 5, therefore you use normal approximation. Now for a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram, all you need to do is make your heading. I have A for anvils and B for brackens. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And I'm writing the first two values, so 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Now I will show you one example. I see 158 here, so in order to put that in the stem and leaf diagram, all I need to do is write 8 for 15, so 158. And I'll do the rest that way. After making the stem and leaf diagram, don't forget to write your key. So your key will be 5 and 6 means 165 centimeters for anvils and 166 centimeters for B. To find the median for a stem and leaf diagram, all you need to do is to find the total number of the data you have. For this question, your median is, your value is 11, but since this is not an even number, you have to add 1 before you divide that by 2. So you're looking for the 6th number. For anvils, the 6th number is 173 centimeters. 173. Now for interquartile range, you need upper quartile and the lower quartile. For the upper quartile, you need to do the same thing as your median, but you have to multiply 3 and divide that by 4. So you're looking for the 9th number. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 181. Now for the lower quartile, you just need the top value. Sorry, this is 1 instead of 2. So 11 plus 1 divided by 4. So you're looking for the 3rd number, which is 169. Therefore, your interquartile range is 181 minus 169, which gives you 12 centimeters. The heights of the 11 members of the anvils are denoted by x. It is given that the sum of x is 1923 and the sum of x squared is 337221. The anvils are joined by 3 new members whose heights are 166, 172, and 182. So find the SD of all the 14 members. Now you just need to add the 3 new members' heights to the sum of x. So the new sum of x will be 1,923 plus 172 plus 166 and 182. This will give you 2443. Now for the sum of x squared, you just need to square that. This will be equal to 427485. Now input these values into your equation. So SD is the square root of x squared, the sum of x squared, divided by the total number of members, which is 14, minus the mean, which is 2443, the sum of x, divided by the mean, the number of members, and square that number. So your value will be 9.19. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. See you next time.